All right, Vipers Whip back here with Sunderland. Let's make sure that's actually working. Looks like it is. Good. So, I uploaded the last video. Obviously, I was muted for almost all of it, but I haven't really gone much further. We haven't finished the season yet. We have 2 games left. You can see that we were crowned champions, winning the league, got us into a position where we have to pay some bonuses to people. The board was happy, everyone's happy, and we have 2 games left. We beat Birmingham, which was our main competitor. Match day, league table. So, yeah, Birmingham City was one of our main competitors for the title. Right up until maybe February, when we went and got our new defenseman, and I don't know, our team started to gel a bit more. You can see we had a couple results there that were not conducive to winning the league or running away with the title. And places like Newcastle crawled out of the basement. They were in relegation zone, if you recall, a few episodes ago. But they've put together a good string of games at the right time of year to escape relegation. No one can catch. So we play 22 games, so there's 6 points still up for grabs and 9 points from Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham Forest has good goal differential. They could vault over Bristol City if Bristol City continues their poor run of play. Actually, I think it goes this way. In any case, there's still some movement that could happen in this range, but Durham can't make it into even the playoffs. So Durham's out. They're finishing in the middle. Newcastle's safe now. That run of games was enough to take them out of the relegation zone. But Charlton could still, Charlton has to win one more game, then they're safe. But who's going to go down? Now, there is no down in this game right now. These 2 teams, I'm not sure. I've never gone back and paid attention to what happens in WSL2. If these 2 teams get replaced by 2, the lower league does exist. It's just it doesn't simulate any of their games or anything. So I don't know what happens to the bottom 2 teams if they get replaced by 2 teams from north or south. The women's leagues have a north or south under this, and I think maybe that's it. I'm not sure there's more underneath that. Yeah. So, yeah, the league's more or less done. We have 2 games left. But there's an international break. So, this is a lot of continue we're going to do here, and we're going to just hope we don't injure all our team while we're doing that. I just want to check training. Make sure that we are doing our match reviews for the rest of the year. And yeah, okay. And this season was a bit inconsistent with doing the match reviews. What do you get out of the match review? You get team cohesion. And our team cohesion was not very good for most of the year because any changes you made here weren't being saved for the first probably 3 quarters of the season, and then I kind of forgot to go back and change some of the stuff sometimes. But you need to do these. It's free team cohesion. There's no degradation in their fitness or anything. They actually get some back just naturally. You don't have to rest or recover to get your physical abilities back. Your time can do that as well. So they get a little bit of their physicality back, but you get team cohesion for free, basically. If you do, there's extracurricular. You can see slightly increased from both of these. So team bonding. Happiness is greatly increased. You can do this. This is probably the best one to do. So you throw one of these in. It's better than it was in FM 24 or 23 because it does a lot more for your team. It used to just do a bit of team cohesion. But you can only do the match reviews right after the game. I guess looking at this, instead of doing the team review, you could throw in a team bonding because you get fatigue reduction that's even better than not doing anything, which also reduces fatigue. But the condition slightly goes down. So I wouldn't do this if I had a Tuesday game or a Wednesday game because you don't want their condition being reduced. You want them to do other training. But maybe the night after a game, so they have recovery, rest, team bonding would be even better than match review. This is new for this year, so maybe that would be a good one. You don't get like slightly reduced, slightly increased. It's not worth doing community outreach. So yeah, maybe team bonding is better than. That's one to think about. In any case, I'm not going to do anything there. So it has them rest because that's our last game. So that's technically the end of the season. There's players that we won the league, but the players and other people don't recognize that we've won the league until it's over. And they may not even recognize it until here, July 1st. So that's a little something maybe they can fix one day. I think in 23, as soon as you won the league, people would talk to you that wouldn't talk to you if you weren't going to win the league, for example. Because like I've explained, this is the 12th best league in Europe. So there's a lot of leagues above you. But in the League One, I hate how they've named them. In the Super League 1, or I think it's just called the Super League, and then this is Super League 2. I don't like how it's named. So I'm going to call that one the Premier League. The Premier League is number 1 for the women's leagues in Europe. So you're making quite the jump in reputation. But we have to just keep going here, and you can see our goal differential. As annoying as sometimes it was to, win those games 3-2 or whatever, we mostly won games 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 4-1. Had a couple 5-goal games, and we just built up that goal differential, even with a couple losses or draws in there. We outscored our opponent. This is a really good formation that we use. And of course we went and got some good players at the beginning of the year. So Kitching's going to New Zealand. So that's good. It's always nice to see your players get call-ups. For some reason, Atkinson gets continually thrown off not thrown off, she just doesn't get selected for the Oh, it goes to your oldest unread one. I was like, that's a long time ago. Oh my god. Oh, the Adrian Premier is the Irish. No, not the Welsh. sorry. It's the Welsh League. It's their best league in Wales. I don't love it. It's kind of a similar quality to maybe the WSL2 or maybe the W, like what's underneath, the North or South. So the players that play in this league never get a lot better because they're not playing against really good opponents. So if you watch Welcome to Wrexham, they're just playing in this league. Maybe they get to play Champions League games if they win the league. I don't think they get more than one team going there. There's Blades, Player of the Season for Adrian Premier. We haven't finished our season yet, so we don't have that. But I'm expecting one of my youngsters to get. I can't. Dell is off the team, so. Got a question here. Jones is signed for next year, but she's not. She's good enough for this league, but she's not really good enough for next league. And you can fix a player's happiness and any upset that she has by playing her more often. Let's go here, and I'm just going to mark all as red. Oh, Atkinson did get to go up. So somebody might have got injured. But you can see we have 3 players playing for Ireland. It's pretty cool. And the World Cup qualifiers. I know the Men's World Cup is coming up this year. Like in 2026. The Women's World Cup has... feels like a long time ago, but I don't think it was a long time ago. So a lot of players still won't talk to us right now. Let's see, they're signing players. And I can't really make my team a lot better right now. Let's look at this player. What does she do? She's a striker. She has great pace, but no jumping. That means she's out for the end of the season. It's not a big deal. Actually, she might play the last game, I suppose, with this international break. Of course, yeah, they don't have Brazil in the game yet. So, Brazil not playing, like, Brazil's in the World Cup, whether she'll be on the team or not, we'll find out, right? injured, language development. So she speaks basic English. We want her to be able to talk to the media. And what are they? Parker? Who's Parker? Not a player I want. She's listed for loan, but she's asking to leave because she doesn't trust the loan manager. Okay, I'll transfer Lister as well. I don't care. You build up relations with the local media. Well, Newcastle is their rival, but whatever. We want them to be happy with us, so you have to answer that kind of shit. Man, our players are falling like they're all getting major injuries. And we've got Crystal Palace. We'll finish the season. Just be a slightly long episode. And then I'll probably do a before and after video showing the team before and after, probably at July 1st or early July. The summer in this game is a bit long. It's not fun to go through it. But I'll go through it, and I'll do a before and after, show you the players I picked up, why I picked them up, and the players I said goodbye to, so, which is going to be quite a few. So pre-match, press conference, we want to win every match. Yep, Kimberly Smith was the defense lady I picked up. And she's going to be important because Westrup was injured, Waldy was injured, so I had to go get somebody, and Smith fit right in. She's a jumper and a header, so she's what I was looking for. Looks like Bristol City Yeah, so Birmingham could get 43 points if they win. But yeah, Nottingham Forest can't catch up. So Birmingham's not out of the woods. It's got a couple people chasing them. And we beat Birmingham 2-0 to win the league. So they lost that game. Things would have been quite a bit different. We would have been fighting with Bristol City, and I don't think we get to play them again. So Just see. So players become homegrown over time when they've played 3 years for you. They count as English for the purpose of this kind of thing. You need a certain number of homegrown players. I'm not sure what the rules in the top league are. I've never gone all the way to that season. I've just won this league every time I've gone to the end of this season. So the reason why I'm on 10 tries, or probably 11 I think, for really, is I was trying to get Priscilla and Aline, Ansel, Fenton, and Griffin. And getting all of those things to happen within a certain amount of time. Because people do come for Aline, not so much for Priscilla. Which is crazy. But yeah, I wanted to get both of them. This time I got Lavanga. I approached her later in the preseason. And she got her work permit. So I think she crossed a timeline there. Where if you go for her on day 1, she hasn't met the requirement in her league. So to bring somebody over for work permit, they have to have played for their nation, in their nation, not for the country necessarily, but in their country, for at least 3 years. So I don't know why that rule exists, but... And then they also have to be good at football. You can't bring over a bunch of scrubs because they want you to hire British scrubs. If you're going to have scrubs on your team, they should be British, basically. So Jones is, I'm just going to do this. Waldy is injured. Remove. What teammate did I make a promise to? You got to be careful what you say in the media because you do make promises. So we put Blades here. What? Yeah, that's the way it goes. And we need who's playing D? I guess we're gonna do this. Rabajon normally plays on that side. It looks like we can put some players in to get paid. And yeah, we're missing, with women playing generally just one game per week, you don't need this big of a roster to have 11 more players on your team. The men play a lot of games, and so you basically need 2 squads of 11. But for the women, it's not quite the same. So it looks like we're going... And let's see what we've got going here. So we're going to go after the wingbacks like we always do. This is a very defensive lineup that they have. And you can see they really only have one player on the wing. So I'm going to tell my team to play down the wings rather than go through all this. Look, they've got 6 players to crawl through. I don't like that. We're going to tightly mark these guys. I don't know about trigger press, that they can go around them. You don't want to tackle these guys because they're going to be in the box. That looks good. Okay. I just always choose media. It gives you a lot of credit. And here we go. And pause. And we go to instructions. And we're going to progress through both flanks instead of balanced. And this will, I hope, give us a bit of an advantage. Because they've got a pretty deep lineup here. What ugly... Oh, this player, Vander whatever on the side there, she's tall. And she scored goals against me in the past. But that's an ugly... What color is this? This can't be real, right? Do they really have this color? It's ugly. It's ugly. I suppose it's supposed to be gold. Or copper or some... Not copper. I don't... Yeah, it's so hideous. What an ugly color. She's offside. No? Oh, yeah. She was offside. I wish they'd show that again, though. I want to see how far offside she was. And good build-up, though. Good idea. This game is being panned by a lot of people. But I think the majority of people just are playing it and don't comment on it. It sold okay. Not the breakthrough hit that they were looking for. And good play by Maloney there. She missed it when she came out for it. Watch that again. So she came out to play the ball, but it was in it. Yeah, it was a good takedown by the other team and not good by us. But I don't care, we won. And most of these players are not going to be here next year. Whole new team, have to build cohesion. Happens every time you get promoted. Not everyone can come for the journey. There's Atkinson, our human highlight reel. Plays it over to Brown, who got in a bit tight. Lavanga gets 2 chances at it, misses with... Well, I guess it was saved. Can we score on a corner kick at the very end of the year? We have some tall players out there. Smith is there, Lavanga's there. No, we can't. There's another corner system that we can try, and it generates a lot more chances on net that I'll show you. Maybe we'll try it for the last game. So I'll show you how to set it up. We suck at set pieces. Like, suck. So they started with the ball, so this should be ours. If the AI follows the rule. Way open, even though we told them to be covered and hard tackled and everything else. Ooh. No big patches for the game yet. Some rebalancing, but nothing major. We will get the foreign leagues in Q1, so by March or April. It has to be there by the time the World Cup kicks off. I don't get what FIFA thinks they're gonna get. So it's a penalty, and that's my fault. That's the wing back in there that we told to hard tackle. There's a terrific chance we're gonna lose this game. 2 goals down, as we are. Maloney's never saved a penalty. And that was a good penalty. That's where you want to put the ball. So if you are ever taking a penalty, don't know how many football players are watching this, but yeah, the upper part of either side of the net. With some amount of pace. That wasn't actually terrific pace there. So kind of we start with the ball. So this probably isn't mine. Brown open. Corner again. So that was a good save by their goalie. Oh, and we get a corner highlight again. Can we score on a fucking corner kick? Atkinson put that over the net, I think, or Priscilla. I think it was Atkinson. I signed her for another year because honestly the left wingers that I can afford that might become available are not that great. I can't go find somebody that's really good at jumping and heading there. There's better on the right, but I have a lean signed for like 3 years or something, so I can't go crazy on the right wing. Cato has let me up in the past. Like, I played this season many times, right? So, or at least a few games in it, and Cato is a standout figure in those games. Wow, they're ripping us apart. Well, I mean, I get to yell at my... What's Priscilla crying about? It's your fault. Maybe because Atkinson took that header from her. This is probably an end of the half highlight. Why are they showing this to me? Unless we get a chance right at the end. And we started with the ball. It's a good ball. Atkinson at least got that on net. I didn't need to see that. Wasn't a clear-cut chance or anything. Goalie tracked that all the way across. That has a high percentage one there. Yeah, she's not playing well today. You know what? Maybe Lambourne hasn't played very much. Let's just do this. That might bite me in the ass when the rest of my team needs subbing off, but... And Lambourne's not as good as Maloney. Not even close, really, but... a message to the rest of the team. It works in the NHL. Can Lavonga get her head on the ball? Yes, she can, but she missed the net. But she actually... Is that the first time that's worked? I don't know. I think so. Now Clara's having a bad game because she missed that header. And the media will get pissy with you if you don't sub off players who are having a bad game. Dale's not here for much longer. I sold Scar, remember, so that's good. I don't have anyone for Corbin. Well, Schmidt can play out there. You're nervous? What the fuck are you nervous about? That's 2 of my stoppages used to swap out 2 players. Now I just subbed off Clara, so if she scores a goal here, that's going to look stupid. But again, this probably isn't our highlight because we started with the ball. Ooh, what a great play by Brown there. And Atkinson comes in and scores. I love her. I love Atkinson. I don't know what she's like in real life, but... I mean, I watch the Sunderland women's, but she doesn't play all the time. And I just watched the highlights. They lose every game. They might get relegated. Like, and the Sunderland men, meanwhile, they're not even halfway through the season, but they are far enough that I don't think they can get relegated now. The men. They would have to lose every game for the rest of the season or something. Draw a bunch of games and lose a bunch. But, well, I think, like, Mullet would have done better there. I think we're at their place. No, we're at our place. Fuck it. And we're just sucking it up. There's nothing I can do about this. You can't yell at your players during the game like we used to be able to. Wow. Wow. Dick Maloney out to punish her. Lambourne's let in 2 goals. Well, you're not going to save that one. The first one she let in was poor play on her part. Oh, wow. Okay. Good defensive play there. Great shot. Well, you can't throw water bottles and stuff, I don't think, anymore. You used to be able to throw water bottles. Just run out the game at this point. Hope for no more highlights. Then I'll show you that corner highlight, that corner thing I want to try. Priscilla! She's not a jumper, but she got it. Kind of fell on her head and she put it in the net. So pretty good. Nice cross by Brown. Just put it over the goalie. So if you do fractions, we only lost 3-1. It's not that bad. 3-1 is not bad, right? 6-2. Oh my god. So dramatic. Who would say that? And somebody was red there, so I'm going to get some stick from the media. But I never do the losses because I send the assistant. Oh, and it was Atkinson's former club. Ah, guys, we have to win that kind of game. And Charlton came out of the... Oh, we could have put Charlton right out of the league. Oh, we lost to a team fighting for their life. I guess that makes sense. So they got 3 points, so they were at 15. So they were probably not going to get relegated anyways, but now there's a battle. These 3 teams are the ones fighting, so they secured their survival. I guess Southampton and Ipswich were watching that game going, come on, Sunderland, what are you doing? They've secured playoffs. They're still not in the clear because of the goal differential, so Nottingham Forest could take out Birmingham. And what's coaching advice? I don't want to start individual training right now. I don't want to make players better that aren't going to be on my team. So. Every time we get this, oh, they're making pleasing progress. It's all for the Wonder Kids. It's always for Aline, Priscilla, or Lavanga here. Nobody else really gets that kind of. So how long are you injured for? 1 to 2 days, that's fine. And Ipswich is fighting. Are they going to beat us? And like, is Southampton going to cry when we lose to Ipswich? Are we going to lose to Ipswich? This could be bad. This could be bad. Let's see who we have available for that game. I want to win it. I don't want to end on that. This team's not going to be here anymore. Clara is injured. Fucking hell. Out for 2 to 3 months. Of course, her playing time. She'll play for us next year. Anyways, she's one of the only 2 strikers we have signed for next year. And I'm going to go get somebody else, but it would be Priscilla would be sharing time to a degree. Claire's only a squad member, so she only has to play every once in a while. And here we go. We're going to have our game. Let's look at who we've got available. Lavanga is injured long term. These people are fit now. Let's just get them on the field and I can make my choices. I don't know if yellow cards go to next year. So who's gonna play striker? Dale, obviously. Get Lambourne back on. Get her a bit more pay. Got a comment on one of my videos about about the pay. But there's nothing. This is what they get paid. $625 per week is not enough to live. So I imagine there's 3 or 4 girls sharing 2-bedroom apartments or whatever. Do with that what you will. But yeah, there's nothing like that's. I don't even have wage budget. It's not like I can pay them more. In the Premier League, they'll start getting paid enough to rent a. Do they have trailer parks in England? Probably not. That's a North American thing, isn't it? Mostly American thing. It's not even a super thing in Canada. There will be these trailer parks where it's a lot of land and there's cement pads for you to put a trailer on. It's like a 1-bedroom house, but it's rectangular. And you can get a double wide, which gives you 2 bedrooms normally, and like 1.5 baths kind of thing. And they're fine. They're just pre-made houses that you plop down on these cement pads. And you only pay the pad rent. And the pad rent is generally $200 or $300 a month. That pays the utilities for the park, so you generally don't pay for your own electricity because you don't have it's not like a strata unit, so you don't own the property. So the park pays the property taxes. It depends on where you are. So anyways, the park pays for a lot of things. So the pad rent goes to make the park some money, but also they pay for some stuff. And so it's a low cost place to live, but it's nice, right? The trailers, they sound stupid, but they're nice, right? If you maintain them, they're nice. You just throw some paint on them or whatever, they're nice. And they're just pre-made houses you just stick on them, and the concrete pad, and they don't have settlement issues, they don't have any of that kind of stuff, so they can be really nice. And if you do some work out front and plant some bushes or whatever, it can look quite nice. So there's some nice trailer parks, and it's low cost place to live. But then a developer will come along, buy the park, terminate all the leases, and build strata, like build houses and stuff there. And where are these people supposed to go now? I think the government should do a better job of protecting that kind of low cost living, because it has more if you want, like, okay, there's a certain amount I'm just gonna go in a rant. Let's just go. Never mind. There's so much room in North America, and then you get these parks, and of course the developer, you can buy them out. The park owner, you can buy them out because everyone wants to make money. So if they come along with an offer you can't refuse, what are you supposed to do about it? Always. And I don't blame the park owners. That didn't really work because we haven't played well recently, so yeah, I mean, $1,000 a week you can live in a trailer park. They don't exist in England, though, I don't think. There's just not enough land over there. And you'd think under Brexit, farmers in England would be doing better because there's... Oh, nice, Dale. Got her head on that. She's kind of tall. You can see she didn't have to jump for it. Just hit her in the head and she guided it in the net. So it works there, but it's not going to work on corner kicks. Oh, shit. I was going to change the corner kick thing. Oh, whatever. I got thinking about how these players live on $600 a week. So, let's see what we got. That's right off the face-off, so... Oh, we scored very early in the game. So when you start off a stoppage and play, you don't always lose the ball. So I don't know what they've got. That went out for a throw-in. If this doesn't pick up with a new highlight, it does. Okay, let's see what happens. But I don't need to see that beginning part of the ball going out. They really need to work on these. First of all, we need to see the offsides again. And second, I did not need to see the build-up to that throw-in. Okay? Like, don't... Why are you wasting my time? I'm on key highlights. Oh, that went right between her legs, those legs. Let's see, Brown's going to get a cross in here, and we don't have any great headers on the field. Atkinson did get her head on it and hit it off the crossbar. Can she score? Nope. Blades is going to try and put the ball in again. She gave the ball away. That was a very bad pass she made there to end that highlight. And actually, for the last game of the year, I should have done this. We need our captain on there. She is signed for next year, but Blades wasn't looking good there anyways. I think she played in the under 21 game. And our captain is really not good enough to play in League One. Gonna have to shelter her next year. She's only gonna play in the most dire of circumstances. She's actually an okay. Oh, there you go, Atkinson again. Like, I just love this lady. Not in real life, in fantasy. Because in real life, she doesn't score this many goals because they play a poor formation. They don't have Lavanga. They don't have the Waldy. They don't have Smith. Those are players you could get, Lavanga, Waldy, and Smith. And they don't have them. And I'm not saying they're real good ladies in real life, but their stats, at least in Football Manager, they're tall, they can run, they can pass. That's all you look for in this league. So why are you playing with the same team? It sucks. Okay, Atkinson didn't. That's the negative part of Atkinson. Once every 10 times she has the ball, she gives it away or whatever, but the other 9 times she's putting in a great cross or scoring a header. I think it was offside. Nope. Just a goal kick. See, we might put Ipswich into the relegation zone, which would be hilarious. I like knocking teams right out of into relegation. In the NHL, this just means you help them get a higher draft pick. But in football, it just means they get kicked out of the league they're in. And the girls go down to having to get a second job. Actually, these girls already probably have to do a second job. So, you're doing brilliantly. Keep going. There you go. See what happens. But, yeah, in the league below this, the wages are a couple $100 per week. So, all you're doing in the league below this, I think, is trying to prove you belong in the higher league. So, practice your running, practice your jumping. If you're a woman, practice on straightening out your legs. Talk to a physiotherapist about that so that your legs aren't... It's not noticeable to most human eyes. It's noticeable to a physiotherapist that women's legs are slightly bowed because, of course, they have to have children. It's not their fault. It's not because they do something weird. It's a biology thing. But it ends up in more leg injuries, calf injuries, muscle injuries, MCL injuries, because your legs are slightly bowed. And they're strongest when they're straight. So men suffer different injuries than women. And it's an issue that's ongoing. Why is Smith unhappy? No goals against. Did she look like she tried to elbow Dean in the face? They were supposed to fix that, where you're just walking around in the box, but they didn't. Like, in real life, that's not happening. Wrexham has a player, I would be butchering her name if I said it right now, but she can keep control of the ball in a crowd like very few other players I've seen, male or female. I think she's a winger. Starts with an M. She's has some... Oh, I wouldn't even know which ethnicity she is, actually. Yeah, but yeah, she's fantastic and a lot of fun to watch. Atkinson is laboring pretty hard out there. And Jones is signed for next year. I didn't do that. I think she was already signed for next year. And no, I don't know if this is like the yellow card count continues to next year. I would hope not. That seems weird. All right, let's watch them score on a corner kick. I don't want to pay clean sheet bonuses. Well, they didn't score on the corner kick either. They are getting another corner kick. Oh, no. It went off their player? So this is how the last game should have gone against a team in relegation. Dell over Priscilla. Interesting. Should be Priscilla taking that. But no, it shouldn't have. Look at that goal. That's a terrific, terrific goal by Dell. But I did sell Scar this time, which was weird because I've never been able to before. But even when Dell was the highest rated player in the league in January, couldn't sell her. I wish her well. She is a pretty good player in this league. I think she deserves to be in this league, but she's not good enough for League One. Oh, what a pass. And what a shot. Dell, this is the last game of the year, and Dell is putting on a show. 3 goals. What a pass. What a run by Dell. And she just puts it by the goalie. So Ipswich, yeah. We kicked Ipswich out of the league. They might have gone out of the league anyways. We don't know. Let's look at this. No, Southampton sucked it up. If Ipswich had even got 1 point in that game, Southampton would be heading down. Look at that, minus 30. No, minus 25. We just scored 5 goals against them. So Birmingham City did make it. Nottingham Forest choked right here. They could have, came up short. Birmingham won the game they had to. Now they play this team. So Birmingham will play Brighton, and whoever wins that game, Brighton will either stay here if they win, or Birmingham will replace them. It's an interesting idea, but I don't like this. I'm not sure exactly if maybe it's not displaying here or something, but we have 2 teams. Getting promoted. Green, we're Bristol and Sunderland are going up. That means promoted. This means playoffs. Relegated. Champions. So, yeah. 5 elite prospects. I signed all the youth players I wanted to, I thought. Now, how's player of the week? How is that possible? How many games, like how many goals did she score? Dell scored a bunch of goals in the 2 games she played. So I'm going to stop the episode there because I think you have to do this. Don't meet with your team if you don't have to. Grow the clubs. So this is what they want for next year. Which, yeah, I want to get into the Champions League position next year. End of season, preseason start date. We want the longest preseason possible. And I have to do this. And most of these players aren't even going to be here. And I'm going to piss off a bunch of players. Because there's no... Look. Players like Jones, Blades, Shiva, they want to fight against relegation. Players like Priscilla and Aline and the other... even Lavonga probably don't think that's good enough. They want to win the league, or they want to do their best to win the league. But so you can't make everyone happy. It's really dumb. But look, they're all slightly happy. So why can't I just say it was nice to talk to you guys? But I'm not making any promises, for fuck's sakes. They don't care about Club Vision. And let's talk about this. Don't say this, because then they're going to want new contracts. And look, they're all happy by that. And that's all you have to do. So get out while you can. Don't keep talking. You're only going to dig yourself into a pit. All right. So what I'm going to do is this is the end of the season. So I should be able to maybe talk to some people that won't talk to us earlier. But I might have to wait until July 1st to talk to them. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to look into that. And that takes a long time. I really take my time with that. So, I do kind of want to see who wins the... Let's go forward one more time and see if we can figure out who wins player of the season and stuff like that. I want to see if it's like record high points total, 50 points in 22 games. It's okay. It's okay. There's 66 points up for tally, and we got 50 out of 66. I wouldn't want to take that report card home to my parents, but it's fine for this. We were the top in the class, It was a really hard test. It was a really hard test. Don't blame me. 50 out of 66. Well, whatever. Anyways, okay. So let's see if we can... what kind of questions are they asking me? I should ask to go on a coaching course. Be gracious, even if you didn't like them. Okay, so career. Start a coaching course. They'll say yes because, but look at how much I can grow. Like, I'm going to become a pretty good coach. Basically, I'll try and do one of these per season, more or less. But showed all those other people the National C can come in and do this job. Actually, I want to show you. I might not go into this for the end of the season, but if we go to match day tactics. And we go to set pieces. And let's look at corners. You would play with who's doing what. And you have someone comes short, lurk outside, you still want somebody here. And I'm going to do this. Oh no, I'm going to take... So there you go. You do this. They're not good at dealing with come short. And you're attacking the other side. So you can see you've got a player for a long ball. You've got a lot of people here. Basically, the ball's going to come here, maybe back to them. I've seen this character come in and take a shot. Like, they just walk in here and take a shot. But you've got a lot of players here to go. Like, if the ball comes over, you have a lot of players here, and if it comes short, you should have 3 good headers there. So that's who you have attacking near post. And then you have, normally I put a lurk at far post, and then I like to put somebody marking the keeper. So you have one player, this player can swing out wide to get a ball that came over. But yeah, you've got a lot of players in the box, and their defensive formation gets messed up by having someone right here. So this is what somebody recommended. I've had some success with this, but I didn't want to cheese the system, but we might have to. I'm not going to save this or anything, although it will start this way. But I saved my routine, so I can go back to what I had before. It's just, if you don't have good headers and things like that, but we have good headers and we still weren't scoring any goals. So maybe this is the only way to score goals. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, so this is how you would do it. They are still, just because you don't have them in aerial threats doesn't mean they're not going to jump. Like, they're at the near post, they're going to jump for the ball. if it comes in like that. But you're gonna have a lot of people in the box, and their defensive formation gets messed up. But anyways, that's it for now. I'm gonna save the game. I'm probably gonna go have some lunch. Yeah, go have some lunch, and I will pick it up in January, early July, to show you what I did with the team. I'll have a before and after save, so you can see exactly what happened to our players. Kitching is signed for next year. She's honestly a pretty good player. Kind of can play everywhere. You can see like that. Those aren't gray, right? It's just she can play. Oh, she must have some stats for goalie. She can. Just her stats are everything. Like she has everything. Kind of at a middle range. So she's a terrific sub. And she's a fringe player, so she doesn't expect to play very often. It's perfect. I would love to keep her. Because honestly, she can just go on wherever. I wish her crossing was slightly better, but it's not terrible. She will occasionally cross a good ball in. So she's signed for next year. I saved already. Okay. Well, maybe I'll leave it open. Alright, that's it. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. If there's any players you think I should pick up. Maybe you don't play this game, so you don't know. And you don't know who's available. I'm not going to go over it again. But you'll see who I choose to pick up. Basically tall players who can run fast. And have some finishing. Or heading, depending what I'm looking for there. So anyways, I'm going to work on it. Have a good day, and I will post another video maybe tomorrow. Alright, thanks.